Well, hello there, and good afternoon. Thanks for joining me for the Strike Zone review. Today is May 20th, 2021. Time currently 3:13 p.m. CT. And the market has just closed down for business about 13 minutes ago, currently in the after hours. So we have had a absolutely wild and crazy day in so many respects. Really in just bullish price action for the most part. We have had quite the range today. Absolutely. The S&P ranging at 85 points, with the NASDAQ ranging at 372 points, and the Dow maxing out at 602 points. So the NASDAQ and the S&P certainly larger than the averages. The Dow, not particularly wide. 500-600 points in the Dow is not markedly unusual, but for a near 400-point range in the NQ, that is very abnormal at 372. 85 points. Anything greater than 50 in the NQ is a nice wide array, or gives us a nice wide array of money-making opportunity. So that was very, very fun. Let me show you right off what the trade du jour was, or the trade of the day. And those of you in my mastery or in the futures room, for that matter, this will be a review, or the options room. But I'll just go over it real quick for the people who missed it, and for you folks who are simply looking at this market or at this feed. Coming into the day, this is the S&P, or the futures for the S&P 500. And note, this is futures, not the indice. The overnight high here in the S&P was at 4115, so 4,115. All right. At 7:50 this morning, we made a new high at about at 7:50 this morning. Okay. So how do we look at this market, and what is it that I need to see in order to take a breakout trade? So, and a breakout trade is essentially buying a new high or selling a new low. Well, at this point in the day, the low was 85, the high was 15. So 41.15 by 40.85, so 30 points. Now, if we have a range less than 50, which is what I mentioned, which is that magic number I mentioned before, that tells us that we have a minimum of 20 points to move until there's a pullback. So generally, once we do hit that 50-point tip to toe range, we will have a pullback of about 15 points. Okay. Now, here's what happened. Here's what tells us to take this trade, and here's what also gives this particular entry additional weight or higher probability of success. All right, we see the fast EMA come up and cross the slow EMA. So that's the white line. Then we see the fast EMA come up and cross through the VWAP. That is the blue line. Then we see the slow EMA come up and cross through the blue lines. We have the white and the yellow, which is the slow and the fast, both over the VWAP. Price is, of course, over the VWAP as well. the high at that point in the day was 41.14. So we get long point or two above that at 41.15. Okay, how do we get out? Well, we scale out along our HVA levels or high volume area. Okay, so we saw one at 41.24 half, one at 41.39 1/4, and one at 41.52. And the fourth lot we trail. Okay, so how does that work out P&L wise? Well, let me quickly show you. All right, so we bought 41.15s. Yeah. And on this trade, we were risking 5.5 points, okay, which makes our stop loss 41.09 half, which is a monetary risk of $1,100. Okay. Now the market rallied from that high, and we got filled here at our first HVA or our first target at 41.24. The market continued to rally. We got filled at our second target here at 41.39. The market continued to rally. We got filled on our third target at 41.52 half. So target 1, target 2, target 3. Okay. Now our fourth lot, what we did was trail it behind the yellow line or the slow moving EMA. When the market dropped and turned, we got stopped out of our fourth and final lot at 41.52. Hence right here. So on this trade, we made $5,412.50 after having risked $1,100, which is a beautiful 1-to-5 risk reward ratio. It does not get any better than that. NASDAQ, we did the same thing. That worked out even better. Reason being is because the EMAs did not cross. So again, we bought a new high down here. We scaled out along the HVAs you'll see here. And we got stopped out of our fourth lot when price came back through the slow EMA here. How does that look from P&L wise? Well, here it is. We bought 262s. That was the new high. HVA 1, HVA 2, HVA 3, and then here's that flyer. That fourth lot that did not get stopped out until our trail was hit on the EMA. And that was $8,240. Excuse me, risking $1,500. Right? So, on those two trades, oops. We made $5,500 on the first one, $3,200 on the second one. Right. Now, I know everyone's capable of doing basic arithmetic, but it's a pretty number. 13,820. Okay, we did something similar in the YM. We got 1,800 on that, or excuse me, 1,200 on that. $15,000. Not too shabby for a couple of 3 and 4 lot trades, right? So you can take. So if you want to learn more about the method, you can take the class. It's the most recent class I just did for the mastery. Now, if you are interested in only following along in the signals and only taking the trades, you can join the mastery program in which I'd send out these alerts. Okay, and the alerts will look like this. look over on the right-hand side of my screen where buy 3 YM at 845, sell one at this level, sell one at this level, sell one at this level, and here's your stop loss. Okay. And you just enter the market as close to the entry price as you can, place your offers or your exit orders, place your stop loss, and you're done. Okay. How is it different than Top Step course? So the Top Step course that I did talked more about money management and exits, money management / psychology and exits, whereas the most recent class was more about entries. Okay. This trade or the breakout signals in the morning were not alerted in the mastery today because today was our live trading day. So I wanted to wait till we got on the mic. So there were 2 trades that were, or 3 trades, I suppose. There was this trade, right, for 1,200. And then we did this little reversal at the end of the day that failed, but it was about 275. And then there was also this trade that was sent out. It was a $700 winner, but that was only kind of a, quote, verbal alert for people who were interested in going short. This was not a part of the mastery book, just because I didn't like the probability of selling, and we had already covered our annual membership for the day, so I didn't want to give anything back at that time of day on a low probability reversal at lunchtime. Right. The difference, of course, between that trade and the NQ trade at the end of the day is market had rallied so much and it was so extended. There was a decent possibility or a higher probability, if you will, that the market would come down and break. Okay, but I wasn't nearly as confident that we'd have a turnaround at about 11 o'clock this morning when I got off the mic in our mastery session versus my confidence that we would break this afternoon going into the final 10 minutes of the day. Okay. What are the tick values on each of the charts? So each candlestick in my chart or in these charts represents X amount of trades. Some people call them tick charts, right? So the ES, the YM, and the CL, each candlestick is 377 trades. The NQ is 754. And the ES is 1594. So I'll say that again. The ES, the YM, and the CL, that's 377. The NQ, 754. And the ES, 1594. Now, yeah, that's profits. But yeah, 15,000 in profits. Now, the most we had on. Now, if you were just following along the signals in the room, the profits would have been. If you were only following the profits called out in the mastery today, would have been 1,500. I do believe, right here. Now. Had you taken either of those trades on your own, you would have been doing better. But this is what our P&L looks like on the month. So on the month, We've day traded for 27,000. I've only called out one swing trade, which was a loss of 2,500. But we've had 7 up days, 4 down days. Our largest winning day is 7,660. Our largest losing day is 1,800, giving us an average win of 4,500 per day versus an average loss of 1,000 per day. Our hit ratio, or daily win ratio, is about 64%. We started the month with 29.6 thousand. At the moment, we are at 56.7 thousand. And we've never had on more than 9 lots, meaning if you are able to find a broker such as Infinity, right, who will give you 1,000, who will give you a 1 lot for every $1,000, you can follow along with this. Okay. He is, in fact, a golden doodle. He was sick this morning and apparently feels much better because he will not stop jumping around and is driving me insane. So if you want to trade live with me, you would want the mastery. You would be in the mastery. That's where all of my alerts go. And that's where you'll see, that's how you follow along with this sheet you see here. What's up, Brian? So that is where we are today. Now I'm live again tomorrow morning, Friday. I think I'm doing a live YouTube session. I'm dual broadcasting from the futures room. So you guys might have some signals there as well, but that'll also give you a taste as to what you can expect from the mastery service in terms of the types of trades and alerts that we take. So would the mastery be good if trading in Top Step? Yeah. So this is actually a Top Step account that you are looking at. So I trade with Top Step myself. I actually did a course with Top Step in December as well, if you want to check that out, or maybe you've already taken it. But on that, I will see you folks later. Kind of a short session. This is my 5th hour on the mic today, so I'm a little chatted out. But again, I'll be on the mic tomorrow morning. And we should hopefully have another real spectacular day. And on that note, enjoy the rest of your day. Lots of love to everyone. And as always, have a profitable day.